Hello, my friends. Welcome back. We are doing some more old games, new music this week. I've got some acoustic punk, experimental folk, dark folk. It's almost the autumn equinox here in the northern hemisphere, so we're going to welcome in the fall with some of that, some good experimental and dark folk. Let's see. Just to note again, I've said this on prior episodes. I'm not a music critic. I'm a music fan. I'm a music fanatic, perhaps. And if you make music, I want to hear it. So the link tree has a contact down below in the Twitch stream. There's a contact button as well that'll bring you over to the link tree contact form. If you want to send me your music that's streaming online, I'd love to listen to it and see if I can find a slot for it in a future program. The other thing that I wanted to note, just to say it, I will never intentionally misgender. I always respect preferred pronouns. So I'm never going to intentionally use the wrong pronouns when discussing someone. I am human and this is live, and so I'm bound to eventually make mistakes. If I slip, feel free to correct me on that, because I definitely want to make sure I'm respecting everyone's preferred pronouns. Tonight we are I'm just going to stick with one game tonight, and it is going to be Majesty. It's actually Majesty Gold HD, which is kind of like the game of the year, where they combine the add-ons, and then, as the name says, it's updated for HD screens. But Majesty originally is from 2000, and it's a strategy game. It brings a lot of like Age of Empires feel. However, you don't directly control workers or armies or whatever. You incentivize by basically putting rewards, so you can like put a bounty on a monster or something, and then hopefully you've got some people that will attack it and take care of it. So let's get over to that. I've played this before, but it's been a while, so I am going to start off at the beginning. We're just going to do the quests here because it'll kind of walk us through. I'll make sure I've got some audio, everything's good here, and then once we get started here, then we'll bring up the music. Alright, so got a message here. Find the items before the thieves have a chance to return. Okay, so I've got some guards wandering around. I've got a guard tower here. Here's my central palace. This is where I can build from, similar to a lot of these city builders. Oh, okay, I can recruit some rogues over here. I can research arrows. Oh, this is a blacksmith, so I don't need to build a blacksmith.
Your Highness, we've improved the guardhouse.
Upgrade the weapons. Alright, I've got the volume of the game turned down pretty good, but we'll get a few sound effects hopefully in here. But now on to the music. I'm doing a little bit of a, taking a tip from nature, and we're going to start off on the lighter side, not necessarily thematically lighter, but on the lighter music-wise side, and then we're going to essentially move darker as we go. Not strictly speaking, but that's the rough theme. Okay, I'm going to pull up the music. The first artist that we've got tonight. Oh, and just to note, once again, I have all the artists and labels involved permission to play these songs for you tonight. The show notes are available on the QR code on screen. I pointed the wrong way. That there. I mean, not right there, but that direction. The other thing is I've got a chat bot, assuming I set it up correctly, that'll drop the link in there as well. So if you're watching it on your desktop, you can scan the QR code on your phone and you can head right to the Bandcamp. I think all of the links this week are to Bandcamp pages, but if there's digital albums available for all of these, and if there's physical releases available as well, I've linked those. So check out the show notes at any time. And the first artist we are starting with tonight is an artist out of Vancouver, British Columbia, called Troll Dolly. And it is a composer and drummer, and she also does vocals in this. I mean, as far as I'm aware, she does all of the instrumentation. This is some just lush, gorgeous, kind of swirling. Well, I don't really know how to describe it more than that. But it's beautiful music, gentle vocals, gorgeous arrangements. So, yeah, I'll stop talking about it and we'll get going. These are both off of the first and only album so far by Troll Dolly, called Heaven's Mini Mart is the album. First track we're going to be listening to tonight is called Microcosms, and then the second track is going to be called Fishin'. So we'll get this going. Just like on prior of these, I'm going to do my best to hit pause after the two tracks. I've got 2 tracks per artist. If anyone uses Plexamp and you have any idea how to get it to automatically stop after 2 tracks, I'd love to hear it, but I have not found a way. So I'm just going to try to be on top of the ball here. All right. I've rambled on long enough. Here's Troll Dolly, Microcosms. And I'm going to start bribing my guards to go fight some people.
My mind is growingly finite. Microcosms and microclimates. My mind can only grasp on this. Microclimates and microcosms. My mind is growingly finite. Microcosms and microclimates. And I say, I wonder 100 times in a day. And I say, I wonder 100 times in a day.
Alright, I gotta remember how to place a bounty.
My tongue is heavy with honey. Well, soft-spoken never made me money. My tongue is heavy with honey.
adjustments here. I'm making some volume adjustments.
My mind can only grasp smallness. My mind can only grasp smallness.
Alright, that was Microcosms, and now we're moving on to Fission, also by Troll Dolly.
How can I tell you that I'm clowning? Please allow me to introduce myself worth. She's a fragile little cat, and she has been since birth. I felt that I was heard when you said you have my word, little miss. But if I'm no longer patient, can I still be virtuous?
I'm trying to get someone to take care of this.
A wet cloth is
Rat.
nice when it's folded up right. Bring it up and lay down on top of your eyes. It's not that I'm shy, but it's not that I'm the speak so easy kind. But if you turn out the lights, I'm watching from the sideline blind. How can I tell you that I'm coming? How can I tell you that I'm coming? Don't expect success when you're wishing for the swan. Just breathe it in and feel it when you're fishing withdrawn. I may not be a catch, but I can test I am a good word. I may be like the rest, but I can't confirm I will carry to turn. A quick dip's a pickling trick to try and self-preserve. Take the body for a swim to reset the vagus nerve. Then climb up to the top of the day's proverbial mountain. Find yourself a lofty way to stumble down in. How can I tell you when I'm fumbling? How can I tell you when I'm fumbling? How can I tell you that I'm coming? How can I tell you that I'm coming? Please allow me to interrupt myself worth. She's a fickle little kid, and she hasn't since birth.
Hi, Mochum, and welcome. This is Majesty, which is essentially a strategy game where you don't directly control any of the people or army or whatever. You have to set reward flags so they go and do what you want them to do. Alright, I caught that just in time. Went too far back. Okay. So what I have been trying to do here is survive the attacks by ratmen that keep coming at me over here. Here's a building that I need to destroy because it's spawning monsters. Here's some zombies, here's a spider, here's some, what do they call them? Medusas? Yeah, they just call them Medusas. I'm trying to get some guard houses built up nicely around here. And then these, you recruit an army by building these guilds, and then they each have like a cap, so you can, like I think this Rangers guild, I can have 4 or 5 Rangers, something like that. But that's kind of how this game works. Alright, the next, as you can see there on the screen, the next up we've got Routine Layup, which is a kind of acoustic punk with some experimental, like some electronics added that, I don't know, I've just been very charmed by recently. This is a solo project out of East Sound, Washington, I think Orcas Island. The lyrics are really clever, the melodies are great, I love the vocals. I just have been very charmed with this album. I mean, I'm not going to play anything for you guys that I don't like, so I like everything that... I'm going to be a broken record saying how amazing each album is, but that's why I'm bringing them to you. So this is... there are several mini albums from Routine Layup out. This is the most recent. The title of the album is Seasonal Compression. The title of the first track we're going to listen to is also Seasonal Compression. It's one of the little clever wordplay that I enjoyed in this. So let's get right into it. Here's a Routine Layup, Seasonal Compression. Second song we're going to listen to is called Reading All the Books.
Trash can every demo in the bin. Not ready to part.
Now we're moving on to the second track while I try to upgrade my guardhouses to protect the village. Yeah, Mochum, I agree. I've been very enthralled with that album. I think I keep using the same word, but yeah, I have really been digging that one. I'm slowly but surely remembering what I'm doing here, and I ran out of money, but I had a troll wander in. Oh, no, that's another troll. See, I gotta put a decent bounty on these trolls, because they will just walk around and kill all my villagers. So let's try to get someone to take care of them. I need some... Oh, here we go. I can finally upgrade the palace. I need some more powerful soldiers. Okay, next up we have, as you can see there on screen, Jackie Jackals out of Texas. This is some more acoustic punk with some experimental elements. In this case, some electronics, including some harsh electronics, which I'm been fascinated with. You'll see both of these two tracks. They come to a head with that, I don't know, that satisfying kind of electronic noise that, I don't even know what words I'm looking for, but I have been very fascinated with this album as well. Great album. Everyone that we're playing tonight, again, everyone is lovely to deal with as well. Lovely people, lovely music. So we're going to start with the first track tonight, You and Me. These are both off of the most recent album from Jackie Jackals that I believe came out this year. There are a couple older albums as well available on their Bandcamp. But we're going to start tonight with You and Me, and then the second track is going to be I Am the Serpent. The other kind of flag I can put is these explore flags. I gotta figure out what's over here.
Broke the heart inside of me, the one I sometimes maybe always keep inside my sleeve. I can't help but react to things with the utmost sincerity, just like the way the tears turned into steam when they fell from my eyes and rolled onto my red hot angry cheeks. Because you looked at me, told me someone who abuses you is just another kid at all the concerts that you're hosting. You cannot control that you are friendly. You can't do anything. I can't say anything. Can't dream of anything but you and me, just you and me, just you and me, just you and me, just you and me. Out of your mouth filled up with flies, I see your hands reaching above me, filling up the auburn skies. They come crashing down upon me. Trillion lights begin to die behind my eyes, but in the end, don't ever think that you'll outlive me. You'll exist inside your shame and die indifferent like a sheep, dissing poorly in the wind. Silence taking up your speech, fire stealing all your skin, angels ripping out your teeth, falling forward to the earth, demons crawling up the sea as your body hits the dirt, and all the other cowards gather at your feet. If you're not a martyr, you'll never be, and I'll never be there to watch your defeat. I won't forgive you, I'll stay asleep. I can't dream of anything but you and me, just 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 you and me.
I agree. I'm going to pause it before the second track. But yeah, much I agree. The cathartic, I believe, is the word I was looking for. That kind of cathartic electronic noise there at the end, but also that noisy synth is a nice contrast to the acoustic instruments. Really enjoy that. The other thing I wanted to say about Jackie Jackals here, the lyrics, the melodies, heartfelt, raw, just a lovely album all across. So the second track we're listening to, I Am the Serpent, another great one. Here we go.
I am the issue. I am the child. I am my anger. I am the wild and desolate ocean that's raging inside of my heart, full of shame, crashing into the walls of my stomach and suffocating my brain. I can see you disapproving of the things that I'm trying to say. And the sea inside of me becomes a desert filled with nicotine clouds and alcohol rain that blooms in wild cactus flowers once every couple of days. I am beautiful again. Delicate and alone, broken down and alone, cancerous and alone, destructive and alone, unhappy and alone.
Oh boy.
Sweet little baby, where's your home? Sensitive person, watch your tone. Nothing partner, can you make it on your own?
Hey, we won. Alright, so we beat the first level, which is essentially the tutorial level, so that's a minor accomplishment, but we did it. Oh, there we go. And now we're going to start the Wizard's Curse. From what I remember, the majority of this is basically defend until you're powerful enough to go and wipe out the monster spawning things. I think it gets a little more complex than that, but at least in the beginning here, that's essentially what we're doing. Read this. Either find the idiot hooligan who stole the wizard's book and then perform what the wizard refers to as good deeds, or confront the wizard and destroy him. Those are two very different objectives. Send heroes to arrest all of the realm's hooligans so they can be searched and detained at the palace. Alright. I'm not starting with really anything, so I'm going to get a guardhouse going, and then... Actually, I've got money. I'm going to get 2 guardhouses. Get a blacksmith. The blacksmith and the inn and the market, like the commerce buildings in this game, you're not upgrading the... Yes, searching and detaining idiot hooligans is a great mission. I love it. So the commerce buildings, it's not like upgrading like in Age of Empires is kind of what I compare this game to, because I grew up on Age of Empires. But you're not upgrading all of your military or whatever you want to call them, but you are upgrading what is available, and then your heroes can go choose to go purchase a healing potion or a new armor or a new weapon or whatever, which is kind of cool. I like the sort of passive management of this game. Anyway, back to the music. Up next, as you can see there on the screen, we've got Vandola. I hope I'm saying that correctly. This is out of Montana, but it was written and recorded deep in the Arkansas Ozarks. And it was recorded to a 4-track Tascam Mini Porta Studio that's from out of the 90s, early 90s, I believe, is that piece of equipment. It's just such a cool story of how this album was put together. It also sounds just out of a different era. It's a fascinating album. The whole thing is worth multiple listens. There's a lot of variety in the music, in each track. There's a lot of short tracks. I chose a couple of the longer ones. So the second track is that we're playing tonight is pretty short as well, but it's just a fantastic album, and it's the type of vintage that it sounds like it's coming out of an old tube radio, and it's just fantastic. So this is the first song, Daily Driver. The second track we're going to listen to is called Torments of Atlas.
I spent my today last night in a dingy old bar, and I washed up this morning in some groceries parking lot. There's some weirdos and some pigeons. I got a headache from hell. There's this old busted up jalopy. It's got a sign that says for sale. There's bubbles in the stick-on tent. It's rusty and it's dented. The wheels ain't even matched the bag. Fender's missing. I had to see if this thing ran or if they were selling as is. So I walked over, I read the pitch. And I can be your daily driver.
Everybody for coming in.
You can be my sweet little rider. Yes, I've
Please
got
get rid of these
a
pigeons.
whole lot of miles, but I've got more to go.
All together now.
Sometimes I sound a little funny, sometimes I start real slow. jammed with an old George Jones. Yes, baby, I'll be good to your wallet. You can ride me past E all the way to the bar. Stop your walking, yes, and drive me home. Drive me home, baby. You can turn me over. It's the key, you can turn me over. It's the key, you can turn me over. It's to my engine, yes, my engine. Yes, it's true, I've been wrecked before. I'm back together again. And these days I try to keep it clean, but whatever happened in that couple, I'm really not sure. Get under my hood, and you won't find no computer. We can line the bill of sale so the taxman don't screw you. Stop your walking, yes, and drive me home. Drive me home, baby, and I can be your daily driver. You can be my sweet little rider. Yes, I've got a whole lot of miles, but I've got more to go. I can be your daily driver. You can be my sweet little rider. Stop your walking, yes, and drive me home. And all the miles are highway miles.
All right, that was the first Vandola. The next track coming up, Torments of Atlas.
Yearning is the God-forsaken country whose sloon trees sow haunts slow and lumbering. Yearning is the God-forsaken country agape under the wheel that turns more stripped rubble in its mouth. Through its mouth of broken teeth it screams, my blood smells like flowers. Yearning is the God-forsaken country bound by its oppressor who knows their crime and longs to forgive themselves, of themselves, for themselves, by themselves. Yearning is a God-forsaken country who, like Atlas, has his reasons, who, like Atlas, could not succumb to Heracles' cruel tricks. Prometheus, my fire is burning low, your hand is chained and the other is tethered. Prometheus, this light is stale, your hand is chained and the other is tethered. Prometheus, your fellow lamp is choked in soot, your hand is chained and the other is tethered. Yearning is a God-forsaken country that can't drop the stone.
All right, that was Vandola. Mochum, I'm like fighting back laughter every time I look over at that comment. I have a Warriors Guild now, which are definitely the better fighters than just sending a bunch of rogues out, so hopefully we'll do a little better now. I'm trying to surround myself with guard towers, but now I gotta save up to upgrade things because I spent all my money. Alright, next up, we have an artist out of Virginia, Spartan Jetplex. Pronouns are they, them, so that's all I'm going to refer. This album is actually a compilation of 3 albums. The title of it is Trio because it's a trio of 3 prior albums. Oh, well, that's wonderful to hear. I'm glad that you're liking them. Okay, Spartan Jetplex. These 3 albums were written during a time where they were dealing with grief, loss, bad relationships, and other similar hardships. And that really comes across in the lyrics, it comes across in the music itself. It's just a gorgeous minimal instrumentation, usually just an acoustic guitar and vocals, honest and relatable lyrics. The other thing to note is the artist is also the head of Grimalkin Records, hopefully I'm saying that correctly, which is a label that supports and works with LGBTQ plus artists through supportive relationships and an artist-centric approach, which I think is just an amazing cause. It's an amazing way to run a label in general because, we know the old way of doing things is labels are focused on money and the artists come to provide them money, but the artist-centric approach is just fantastic, and we're seeing more and more little indie labels doing that. Grimalkin is one, specifically with the LGBTQ artist community. So yeah, an amazing cause, amazing label. I've linked Grimalkin as well as the Bandcamp on where to find this trio album. But we've got 2 tracks from that album. It's a huge album because, like I said, it's 3 albums together. So there's a lot to listen to there, but we're going to listen to The End and Doomed Formation. So here's Spartan Jetplex.
I was walking up and down this road, and I was looking at the clouds above. The path was worn by my constant feet, and I kept walking in this sleep. And I know where I gotta go.
I didn't realize these trees walked. Guess I gotta worry about
And
it.
I know where I gotta go. I keep drifting down this river stream, looking up at the stars above. Eddies trap me and pull me down. I start screaming, but there's no sound. And I know where I gotta go. And I know where I gotta go. And I can't move me anymore. My limbs are broken and my body fades. This dream is life and it takes my breath. I pass into a trip of death. And I know where I gotta go. And I know where I gotta go. And life is passing, and death's my friend, and we are passing, and it's the end.
All right, that was The End. Next track is Doomed Formation.
that you'll ever know. I just took my last breath in this doom show. You may not feel a lot, I don't know, but you're confused if you think that I won't go. This is not yours to fix these broken sticks, and you may not care or feel me say it's a broken branch, it's a doom thing, and I am yours, but not for now. And you can't have me, I'll shut you out. Don't try to be me, I'll take you down. Please find my way in this doom sound. La la la, la 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 la. Please find and save me in this doom sound. La 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 la, la 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 la. Please bury all these sins in this doom thing. La 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 la, la 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 la. This sweet repetition, doom formation.
All right, those were the two tracks we got for Spartan Jetplex. And yeah, I completely agree, Mochum. I love their voice. I love the minimal instrumentation. I really love on the Doomed Formation on that track, that long delay that just kind of creates its own ambience. Very fond of that. Okay, we're going to keep going tonight. I'm not going to do an intermission like I did that first week. My goal down here, I think, is just to destroy this Wizards Guild, because the last idiot that we're supposed to arrest, Idiot Hooligan, is down there. Apparently we arrested them already. It happened without me even noticing it. We've just got one left. But I've been saving up to try to upgrade some buildings here, so we're strong enough to go do it. But with a Warriors Guild, we're going to be better off. And I'm still trying to figure out what this is up here. No one seems to want to go explore, because there's werewolves wandering around. Maybe I need to offer more money. Alright. Okay, the next artist that we've got tonight is called Headstone Brigade. This is one that I'm really excited about. They've got a new full-length album coming out October 31st. They've got one track as the preview track right now, and we're going to listen to that track tonight, and then we're also going to listen to a track from the prior album that is a cover of a traditional Irish ballad. They well, first of all, they're out of Seattle, Washington. It's Egan Budd is the artist behind Headstone Brigade, and it appears that up until fairly recently it was a solo project, but he has since put together a live band that also helps with the recording as well. On the Bandcamp, they describe it as depressing polka, which I think is an amazing descriptor. Random fact, but I grew up when I was a kid, my grandpa taught me to play drums to polka tapes, so I have a fondness for polka. So the whole depressing polka caught my attention right away. and it lives up to the name. It's this accordion-centric dark folk, and the new album that's going to be released at the end of October is going to be through Where Gnome. I don't know. I agree. Depressing Polka is a great descriptor. I don't know if Where Gnome is going to do tapes or not on this one. I know that there is a vinyl out for pre-order. If you head over to the Bandcamp that's linked in the show notes, you can see that. So the record copy is available for pre-order. I don't know if Where Gnome's going to do any additional copies for that. But the first track we're going to listen to is the preview track from this upcoming album, and then the second track is from the prior album called The Foggy Dew, and that's a traditional Irish ballad. So here is Headstone Brigade.
See history as a legacy. Some see history as a victory or defeat. Some hear the sirens of steel. Some hear the sirens of iron, yet retreat. When I breathe the smoke of fire and oak, I show back the tears. And when the light descends, we will fight throughout the night. Yet in the mirror no cheer. Yet in the mirror the image of your own fear. And as we live by the sword, we pay our debts to the war we can't afford. I saw you there running where I just can't know. And when you look back to me, I knew eternity. We see through the veil beyond. We see through the veil and we are alive. We hear the calls in the valley. We hear the calls of the dolls and they thrive. As the long night takes flight, there's no tomorrow. And as we go, we grow weary. There is naught but the enemy, ourselves.
Alright, I've stalled long enough. We're going to send people to attack the Wizard Guild. Alright, so that was the preview track on the new album, or the upcoming album. And here is The Foggy Dew.
As down the glen one Easter morn to a city fair rode I, there armed lines of marching men in squadrons passed me by. No fife did hum, nor battle drum did sound its dread tattoo, but the Angelus bell or the Livy swell rang out through the foggy Right proudly high over Dublin town they hung out the flag of war. 'Twas better to die 'neath an Irish sky than at Silva or Sunelbar. And from the plains of royal Meath, strong men came hurrying through, while Britannia's arms with their long-range guns sailed in through the foggy But the bravest fell, and the requiem bell rang mournfully and clear for those who died that Easter tide in the springing of the year. And the world did gaze in deep amaze at those fearless men, but few who bore the fight that freedom's light might shine through the foggy
I realized I had a graveyard with 15 heroes in it, and I thought that was bad, and then I found a second one that has 14, so like any good warlord, I'm just sending people off to their death down here because they are apparently no match for this wizard.
My
All right, that was Headstone Brigade. I am super stoked for that album coming out the end of October. Both of those albums are linked in the show notes. I have been trying to make sure, hopefully Nightbot is linking those in the chat. Hopefully. But the QR code can also get you there if it's not. Okay, so now we're moving on to some folk from Rhode Island. This is Allison Callery. Callery? Sorry, it's one of those. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that mildly correct. Allison's latest release is a collaborative split with Mother Bear, which is a German stoner doom band. And as you'll hear, Allison's folk music is a very subtle, dark, but not creepy necessarily, just that kind of dark, mystic, enchanting kind of folk music. And so the duality in this new collaborative album with Mother Bear is just fantastic. And there are tracks by both artists individually, and then there are also tracks where they have collaborated, and it's so cool. Like it's not one of the ones we were listening to tonight, but her vocals on Mother Bear's Doom is just fantastic. So highly recommend that album. The second song that we're going to be listening to is not from that album. It is from a prior album called Ghost Folk, which I just wanted to get a track from there because I find that Ghost Folk is, like, to me, the perfect descriptor of her work, especially in what we're playing in the darker element of it. So these two recent releases are fantastic, but she also has a lengthy discography dating back all the way to the mid-2000s, so there's plenty to discover over there. The Witch's Hand, I don't think I said it, Witch's Hand is the release with Mother Bear, and she just recently announced that there's going to be some more merch for that album available coming in October. There's going to be more CD copies, and then she's also putting out custom designed bandanas, which look pretty cool. The other thing is she's also currently on tour in the northeastern U.S. New York, I saw several dates in New York, Massachusetts, I believe. But that tour is listed on Bandcamp. It's also, I'm sure, listed elsewhere on her website. But over there on the Bandcamp, you can find those locations and dates. So if you're over in that area, make sure to check those out if you want to go catch one of her shows. So the first song we're starting with from Witch's Hand is I'm Not Scared of the Dark. And then the second song is from Ghost Folk, and that track is titled Tarot Card. So here's Allison Callery. Or Callery again. Sorry, Allison, I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly. Not to mention, that album art is fantastic.
Run my lonely room. I am a shadow. You're not quite like anything at all. Knows me, chose me, calls me by my middle name. I'm not scared of creep here with me. Keep it close and you might see the little things that glow, and they all have teeth. Knows you, chose you, calls you by your middle name.
Oh, routine layup. Thanks for the follow, Justin.
Word for understanding. I'm not scared of the dark. I'm a friend to the night. I'm a friend to the night. I'm not scared of the dark. Knows you, chose you, calls you by your middle name. You won't have to say a word for understanding. I'm not scared of the dark. I'm a friend to the night. I'm a friend to the night. I'm not scared of the dark.
I join wild spirits. I join wild spirits.
Everyone that goes down here is just getting obliterated.
This is a new day, and I took your terracotta away. 3 of ones, you said it was arbitrary. Didn't mean anything, but you said a lot of things. Speaking in riddles, so none could understand you. Making complicated was really so easy. I'll tell you your future. fowler free yourself.
I join the wild spirits.
I keep recruiting warriors, and they survive long enough to walk down here and get killed. I am certainly not doing something right. Let's remove this flag for now. Let's try to clear out this other stuff and see what I'm missing here, because I am having no success. Alright, so that was Allison Calorie. Okay, we're moving back to Virginia. This next artist is Oak and Ivy, which is the dark folk project of the same artist behind Dungeon Synth project Foglord. Oak and Ivy was also released through Were Gnome. This is the first album under this this project, this neo-folk, dark neo-folk project. It's subtle, it's haunting. The instrumentation I am not entirely able to put my finger on. I know he lists it in the Bandcamp, so you can probably figure out what it all is, but I'm fascinated with the instrumentation in this album. So we'll just get onto it. Oak and Ivy, the first track we're going to be listening to is The Embrace of Autumn, which is certainly appropriate since we're right at the equinox here. And then the second is called Oak and Ivy. So here's Embrace of Autumn by Oak and Ivy. So I wasn't reading, and it has something to do with these werewolves. So now I'm sending people to get killed fighting werewolves instead of the wizard. And here's that second track by Oak and Ivy. And now I got a good 4 graveyards here. I definitely have not been good to my soldiers. But hopefully they can handle these werewolves, because I think the key to taking care of this Wizard's Guild is to fight these werewolves. Alright, that was Oak and Ivy. I think there are still tapes available. There was when I last saw, so that'll be in the show notes as well through WereGnome, but then the digital album is also available on Oak and Ivy's page. The next one that we're going to listen to tonight is Ghost Lake, which is actually a collaboration between 2 artists, Robes of Snow out of Pennsylvania and Running Fox Lost Foal out of New Jersey. I keep pronouncing that as Lost Fowl, but it's Lost Foal. So they collaborated together on a split album, but then 2 of the tracks on that album are under the artist name Ghost Lake, and that is the 2 of them collaborating. So the album has, it looks like it has 3 artists, but it's essentially the 2 artists and then their collaboration together. We're going to listen to those 2 collaborations tonight, because those are the ones that are more in the dark folk arena. Robes of Snow is like a dark ambient black metal, ambient black metal, that kind of arena. Running Fox Lost Foal is more in the dark ambient instrumental area, some drone, that kind of stuff. So here is Ghost Lake. These are the collaborations. The first track is called Haunted Mornings, and the second track is called Along the Leaf-Covered Shore. Here's Ghost Lake.
I join the wild spirits. I join the wild spirits.
Mochum, I think that was digging the mood of this track, this Ghost Lake, and these are just gorgeous, gorgeous tracks. Got off to a bit of a rough start on this one. Oh, that was a bad idea. That was a terrible idea. And that was Ghost Lake. And obviously we headed into a little bit of ambient black metal there at the end, but a great album. Both of the artists have their own tracks on that. Also through Where Gnome. I am not sure, the tape might be sold out, but the digital album is still available. It's also available from both of the artists separately. I am getting my ass handed to me in this one, which is still a beginner scenario, just to be clear. But I can't get this. What are you? This priestess has just been camped out, killing everyone as soon as they spawn. So I thought I was gonna get a heads up with this chain lightning spell, but now I can't afford it. Oh great, and now there's some armed rat men coming in. I might be doomed on this one. Okay, the last song that I got for you tonight, I've only got one. This is one that I am involved in. This is a collaborative project from myself and Katie Metcalf, who is a poet and multifaceted artist in the UK. She's also one half of Cave Mouth, which is the other half of Cave Mouth is Megan Wood, I believe is her last name, from... Oh yeah, I just got destroyed. The other half of Cave Mouth is Crown of Asteria. I'm spacing the name there for a second. But if you've heard Crown of Asteria, that's Megan's ambient black metal and dark folk. It's kind of all across the board. A lot of great music. Anyway, got off on a tangent. Katie and I have been slowly but surely, we've both had a fairly rough year, so we only have one track that we have done, and we did this last year. But the project is called Blutnatter, which means Blood Knights in Icelandic, if I'm not mistaken. And the track that we're going to listen to is called Pet Cemetery, and it is, as the title suggests, based on and themed around the Stephen King novel and movie made on the novel Pet Cemetery. So this is Bluthnatter's Pet Cemetery.
You asked me if anyone had ever buried a person up there in the Micmac grounds. I lied to you when I said no.
Let's see if I can get a better start.
past the pet cemetery. If you climb the deadfall, if you don't look down or back, if you follow the Wendigos, gobbling laugh, if you put me down in the sour, sour soil, it won't be the me you know that comes back.
Bury me at the Indian burial ground. Don't bury me at the Indian burial ground. The ground is sour, sour will be your mind. The ground is sour, sour will be your mind.
Well, thank you, Mochum. I appreciate that. And that, well, I guess I am auto-playing. Alright, so that was it for the tracks tonight. I am kind of getting destroyed again. I've got a little bit of a better start, but I don't know if this is going to go any better. So, let's see, to close out tonight, as always, anyone who was hanging out here live, everyone, I really appreciate you. Thanks for joining me. Anyone who's watching this on the VOD on Twitch, I appreciate you. Thanks for hanging out. And then I know I keep saying I'm archiving these to YouTube, and I have not yet gotten either the first 2 episodes, but I'm going to get all 3 of these updated or uploaded to YouTube and archived there. So yeah, if you're watching this there, then again, I appreciate you. October's coming up. Next week is going to be another off week where I'm going to be improvising, but I've been putting together my setup a little better, so I've got more of my software synths. I've got guitar over here. I've got my actual keyboard instead of the little nano key. So next week will be hopefully an improvement from the first time I tried to do that. And we'll probably do the same thing, play some old DOS games. Mainly DOS games are nice because it takes up very little processing power from my computer, so that the streaming software and the and Reaper and all the synths can take up the bulk of it, and then I don't have to worry about a game eating up too much of the memory and processing power. But the other thing is we're coming into October, so after next week we're going to be all horror and dark ambient and whatever other creepy types of music that I can find. I may, because there's games that I would like to play on stream here, horror games particularly, that really need the sound to be focal, so I might do, I'm going to keep Thursdays to what they are now, but I might do a separate day. It might just be random. I work full time, so my schedule's kind of restricted, but I might just jump in on a random day. So if you see a notification, I might jump in on a random day. Iron Lung is one of the games that I've been looking at, which is a little experimental horror game where you're essentially trapped in a submarine on an alien planet, and that is a game that people have been talking about, and it looks really cool. But it's one that you kind of need the audio to. So I might do just a horror game, or maybe a couple horror game streams in October. But then we're also going to bring in a lot of good creepy season, spooky season music, and play some horror games where we don't have to have the sound front and center. As always, if you make music, I want to hear it. Send me your music. The contact button down at the bottom of Twitch, and then also on the link tree, there's a contact button. Send me your music wherever it's available to listen to, and I would love to listen to it, and I'll see if I can find a slot for it in a future stream. I appreciate you all. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me tonight. I am looking forward to October, as any good horror nerd should. But yeah, until then, be kind to yourself, be kind to others, stay hydrated, and keep creating.